Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Yep, I finally got a few minutes I can actually get on here and say a few words. Apologize for taking some time, but sometimes life, you get busy. And I'm having coffee this morning, so hopefully your all's coffee is as good as mine, if not better. Ah, yes. Coffee is life. But anyway, what's happening? Well, our new friends visit Sunday. We had a great time, great visit. We actually went to San Carlos, and they was pleasantly surprised. The little town is quaint, nice, and they were surprised at how much larger the streets were than where they're from, Dumaguete. And the traffic, of course, not near as congested. Now, sometimes San Carlos does get a little congested, but overall, it's still much better than the larger cities. It's that simple. Of course, it does have its disadvantage. You don't have many shopping choices. But that's not the end of the world. If you got an open mind, you can compromise and figure out things that you need, things that you really didn't need. So I've done that all my life. Yes, convenience is not always the best option. It's a desire, and sometimes desires is not always to your best benefit. I live a more of a simple life, which impressed them. They seen our nice little house and how peaceful it was here. They could turn their kids loose and not worry. You could tell it was a big stress relief. And we sat here and had some good conversations. And his wife, enjoyed Grace, and you would have thought they'd known each other forever. But Grace is a very social person, and she's very easy to get along with. Anyway, the next thing I can talk about is we've got 95 eggs in the incubators, and looks like we may end up maybe around 120 to 125 eggs total, and which is quite surprising. I really thought I could get more. My big incubator is designed for 130 eggs, normal chicken eggs. Well, I brought it to Grace's attention yesterday. I raised the lid on it. I said, "You see anything different about it?" And she said, "Well, the eggs look, the colors are so good." I said, "That's not the only thing." She said, "Well, they're large." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Normally, showing her in the smaller incubator, I said that one rack, usually we get 7 or 8 eggs in. Only got 5. So, our chicken's eggs have gotten larger. And by that factor, I'm hoping that we'll have a better success rate. We'll know in about another week. That's when they should start hatching. And we'll have about 2 weeks of eggs hatching, and we'll see how many we end up with. Now, our last batch, of course, we sold a few and give a few away and so forth. I forgot exactly how many we had. I think there were somewhere around 25, if I remember right, out of our last batch. But we're down to, I think, 11. We just had 2 die recently. I'm hoping we have a little better success this time around. But either way it goes, even if we don't have the success and so forth, we're still increasing the flock numbers, which will allow us to sell some of the roosters as they get old enough to sell. And our egg production would probably increase. Of course, it's going to take a few months. We should have some new ones coming probably about the end of next month in egg laying. It's taking a lot longer than I expected, than my original plan with the chickens. And I doubt if I ever will recover any of our investment. And it doesn't look like we're going to even get to the break-even point of expenses for probably another year. And I thought we would get to a break-even point within a year. That's not going to happen. I thought it would be self-supporting. We get fresh eggs, and we could be selling off enough chickens and eggs to buy food. That's not going to happen. Not for at least another year. But we're still pushing forward. Now, another thing came thought. I don't know if I should mention it or not, but I will. There's a kid that comes here. She's probably 13 or 14, maybe. Just guessing. She might even be older. And she buys a phone load from time to time. And occasionally she comes with her sister. And I wished that I could, I had extra, well, if I ever get my chickens to work break even, I want to suggest to Grace that we try to help this young lady get her teeth fixed. I'm sure that she'd be very appreciative. So that's my next goal with helping some of the kids here in the community. It's going to take some time, but I'm hoping that will happen. In the meantime, I'm still waiting on Starlink. There's still no stock, and I'll check with. I've seen where people have ordered Starlink directly from Starlink. They're starting to get shipment, so I'm waiting for the official supplier here in the Philippines to get their stock, because it will save me roughly about $50 on the initial investment. And tell you another reason too. They use DHL. I had a bad experience with DHL just a few months back. Grace's sister, Dominga, her fiance, sent her a phone by DHL. It took 6 weeks after it hit the Philippines to make it to where we could actually get it. It was a nightmare keeping track of it. And DHL give us the runaround on both ends, the sender and receiver, about the package. It went all over the Philippines. You know, they went to Cebu. They went to Dumaguete. It went back to Cebu. It went back to Dumaguete. Back to Cebu. End of Piccolo. Back to Cebu. They couldn't determine where to send it. And finally, after numerous contacts and phone calls, we ended up picking it up in San Carlos. For some reason, they just couldn't get it to this area. But that's one reason, if you want them, why I didn't order directly from Starlink. Because I knew who their shipper was, and I know that it would be a nightmare. That's what we're dealing with. And right now, another reason I haven't been on any videos. This is first morning in a long time that I've had enough internet. Hopefully I get to upload this one before it stops. Where I can do an upload. The upload side of my fiber has been dropping down to almost nothing. And in the evening time, like last night, my download was so slow. I got that dreaded, when you're watching a video, loading, waiting. You know, I'm not going to blame the provider, because to be honest with you, they've tried their best to keep it up and running. Now they've got to the point they're struggling with that, plus they've oversold their bandwidth. I know that's what the issue is. And even though they put me on a slow speed, you know, after a point in time, you know, you still get more on it, and then you can provide. And that's what's happening. That's why we got issues. I probably got the slowest fiber around. So, even when it's normal, I only got 30 meg down. You know anybody on fiber that gets 30 megs down? Much less up. And when it's going good, the up is actually pretty decent. It usually hits 15 to 20. Which, it's not great, but it's better than what I've experienced. Anyway, I thought I'd touch base with everybody and let you know I'm doing okay. And I appreciate everybody out there that has stuck with me over the years. You know, years. Oh, time sure fast. Just known it. It's amazing. But anyway, thank you again. Until next time, we'll do it again.